Hello my dear class 9th ninjas, welcome everyone on your favorite channel Diksha Vedantu CBSE English. And my dear champions, we are going to complete entire introduction to linear polynomials just in 10 minutes. Yes my dear champions, just in 10 minutes your entire introduction to linear polynomials will be completed. So let's begin this session. Okay, so my dear, first, what is polynomial? What is called polynomial? So basically a polynomial is an expression, algebraic expression in which the power of variable, what is called variable? Variable are basically, we use x and y for variable whenever we write any equation, and our whole number. So basically look at the example 4x plus 3. Here 3 is pure constant because no variable is there, and here can you see this 4x? X is the variable and the coefficient of x is 4. Coefficient is basically also a constant number, but that number is attached with variable, and that's why it get a proper name, special name, which is called coefficient. So the coefficient of x is 4. Now one thing you can observe in all these equation, here the power of variable is 1, here the power of variable, the highest power is 2, and here the variable power is 1. Here in third equation the power of variable is, degree is 3, and also in y the power is 1. So in all the expression you can observe one thing very special that is present there. The power of variable is whole number. So this is the identity of a polynomial. My dear, for a polynomial in algebraic expression, the variable should have whole number power. If the power is negative, if the power is fractional, that equation will not be polynomial. So this is most important. So this is polynomial, and this is the perfect example of polynomial. These are polynomials because the power of the variables are non-negative whole number. So what is the condition for polynomial, my dear? Power of variables must be what? Non-negative. The power should be positive. And second identity is what? It should be whole number. So power must be a whole number and non-negative means positive number. Such equations are called polynomial. Moving ahead. Now, which equations are not polynomials? So my dear, can you see I have given you one equation here, 1 by x plus 2. My dear, this will not be a polynomial. Why? Because 1 by x can also be written in x to power minus 1. And x to power minus 1, it indicates the variable is having negative power, and which is violating the rule of polynomial. Hence, negative power. Hence, this equation, this algebraic equation will not be a polynomial. Similarly, moving ahead, root 3 plus x, will it be polynomial or not? So my dear, when we remove x, when we remove root from the x, root x can be written as x to power half. And x to power half means what? The power has become fraction. The power has fractional value. It is also violating the rule of polynomial. The power cannot be fractional. Power must be whole number. So this is also not a polynomial because it has a fractional power. So what is the identity? What you have understood here? If there is an algebraic equation given to you, now you have to identify the given expression is polynomial or not. So my dear, when the equation will be polynomial? When the power of variable is whole number and positive. If the power is negative and it is fractional power of variable, such equation will not be polynomial. Moving ahead. Now, degree of polynomial. What is called degree of polynomial? So in any algebraic expression, if that is violating the rule of polynomial, if that is assigned, if you have decided yes this is polynomial, so in that polynomial the highest power of the variable is called degree. And degree decides the nature of polynomial. So the degree, what is degree? Degree of a polynomials is the highest power. Can you see here? Highest power. For example, 5x plus 2. What is the variable here? X is the variable. And what is the power of x? X is 1. So this is degree 1. Because the highest power in first equation, this is first equation. First, I have given you 3 polynomials here. So first decide whether they are polynomial or not. So of course they are polynomials. Why? Because their power is whole number and positive. So degree is 1 because the x is having power 1. Now degree 1 polynomials are called linear polynomial. I hope, let me give you this information also here simultaneously. So this is called linear polynomial. In second, 3x square plus 4x minus 7. What is variable? Variable is x, and x has power 2, which is greatest. X has power 1 also, x has power 2 also, but the power 2, the highest power is called degree. So here degree will be 2, and such equations are called quadratic polynomial. If the degree is 2, such polynomials are called quadratic polynomial. So my dear champion, in any polynomial, degree decides the nature of polynomial. If power is 1, linear polynomial will be there. If degree is 2, quadratic polynomial. Now moving ahead, in third equation, so let's decide this is polynomial or not. Of course this is polynomial because the power is positive and whole number, and highest power is 3 here. Here 2, and here there is nothing, so nothing means 1. So degree 3, and degree 3 means it indicates this will be cubic polynomial. So such polynomials are called cubic polynomial. I hope this is clear to you all. So degree decides the nature of polynomial. My dear champion, degree decides the nature of polynomials. I hope this is clear to you all. Degree decides the nature of polynomial, whether the polynomial will be linear, quadratic or cubic. Moving ahead. Now linear polynomial. My dear, linear polynomials are represented as px. Let's say for any polynomial I'm calling px, and px will be equal to ax plus b. Here x is the variable and a and b are constant number. B is the pure constant. Here b is pure constant. And here a is also constant, but a is attached with x, and that's why this is called coefficient of whom? X, coefficient of x, but it is also a number. Now here a is the coefficient of x, b is the constant term, and the degree is of course 1 because we are talking about linear polynomial. Can you see the x has power 1, so degree will be 1 because we are talking about linear polynomial, particularly here in this chapter, right? Now example, 2x plus 5, 7x minus 3, and here minus. We will be talking about later when the coefficient of x is negative and positive. What does it mean by coefficient of x is positive, coefficient of x is negative? So we'll be talking about everything here later. First understand what is linear polynomial. So here x to power 1, x to power 1, x2, so these are the polynomial. Here, yes, coefficient can be fractional also. Power should not be fractional. Power can't be fractional, but coefficient can be fractional. So all the examples are of what? Linear polynomial, because the power is 1. So all these are the linear polynomials because the highest power of the variable is 1 here. I hope this is clear to you all. A is pure constant because no variable is there, and B is the pure constant because no variable is there. A is also constant number, but A is attached with x. A is connected with x, and that's why it get a special name, and the special name is called coefficient. Right, now moving ahead. Now what do you understand by value of a polynomial? So my dear champion, to find the value of a polynomial, substitute the given value of the variable. Variable means something which varies, something which will keep changing. So let's say an example, a polynomial is given to you, px is equal to 2x plus 3, and I'm asking to find out p4. What it indicates? Here is px. Now I want to know the answer of p4. It means that you have to put at the place of x, what you need to put at the place of x? 4. So if you are putting 4 here, in this entire polynomial you have to put 4. So let's find out p4. P4 is equal to 2 into 4 plus 3. So 4 to the 8 plus 3, this will be 11 is the answer. Again, let me ask you, what will be the value of this polynomial at x equals to minus 1? So just put x equals to minus 1. At the place of x, you have to put minus 1. So 2 into minus 1 plus 3. Now 2 into 2 minus 2. This will be minus 2 plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1. This is the answer. Similarly, if I ask you find P0. So put at the place of x 0, so you need to put here 0 also. 2 into 0 plus 3, so answer will be 3. So this is the way how we can find out the value of a polynomial. You just need to put the value of variable. Moving ahead, linear growth and linear decay. What does it mean by linear growth? My dear champion, linear growth means when a quantity increases by the same amount during equal interval of time is called linear growth. For example, a student saves rupees 100 every week. If the student already has rupees 12, then the total amount after x week will be what? Okay, so there is a student and who has already 200 rupees, and now the student is saving 100 rupees every week. So how much of amount he will be having after x week? So my dear, here the student saving money is increasing by 100 rupees every week. So we can write here total amount that he will be having after some week will be equal to 100 into number of weeks, sorry, because 100 rupees is increasing every week. So into x plus he has already 200 rupees, so this is 200. So y is equal to 100 x plus 200. Now you can find out any amount value, the amount of money he will be saving after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So after 5 weeks you need to put 5, after 10 weeks you need to put 10. So this is the way how we can. So here everything is increasing, the saving money is increasing, so that's why this is called linear growth, and every week 100 rupees increasing. So this is linearly. Moving ahead, linear decay. Linear decay, when a quantity decreases, decay, this is decay, and decay means decreases. Here is growth means increases. So when something is decreases by the same amount during equal interval of time is called linear decay. For example, a tank contains 500 liters of water and loses 50 liters every hour. So initially the tank was filled with 500 liter water, right? Now due to some leakage, 50 liter water is wasting, coming out of the tank every hour. So here something is decreasing equally with equal interval of time, 50 liter every hour. So how much of water that the tank will be having after x hours, right? So we have to subtract something from 500, because initially the tank was filled with 500. So 100 minus 50 into number of hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5, we can find out anything. So this is 50x. Now can you see here, if you rearrange this equation, it can also be written as minus 50x plus 500. So here the coefficient of x is negative and here the coefficient of x is positive. So my dear, if A is positive, and here you can see if A is negative, A is what? In general equation you all know A is the coefficient of x. So if A is positive, it indicates that something is increasing rapidly. Left side will be at down and right side will be increasing. This is called linear growth. So the slope will be positive. So A is positive, it means that slope will be positive. It will be going up from left to right. But when you draw the graph of linear decay, for linear decay the graph will look like this, because initially the value was greater, but with the passing of time the value is decreasing. So my dear, when A is negative, the slope is left side is higher at the higher point and right side is going down. So this is called linear decay, and the slope will be negative. Here the slope will be positive. So slope decides by what? A. Next slide, role of A and B in a linear polynomial. My dear, if you write any linear polynomial in this term, A is equal to ax plus b, y is equal to ax plus b, so A controls the slope. I have already told you, if A is positive, if A is greater than 0, the slope will be this, and if A is less than 0, means A is negative, the slope will be this, right? So whether the slope will be positive and negative, A will decide. B controls the straight point of the line. So the line will be this type of line, this type of line, this type of line, this type of line. So basically B decides the steepen, the orientation of the line, and the slope decides by A. Okay, so B controls the starting point of the line from where it has to start. So y is equal to mx plus b, and we can also write y is equal to ax plus b. So A and M both are similarly in some book when you will be entering in your higher standard class. So this linear equation is written as this. So A and M same, both are same. Now moving ahead, when a is positive, slope will be when a is positive, positive slope. So this is a is greater than 0, the slope will be look like this. Okay, will look like this. When a is greater than 0, one example you can see, if you draw the line of this equation on graph, the line will look like this. When a is negative, negative slope, I mean this equation, can you see here one example, y is equal to minus 2x plus b. So let's find out the solution and let's draw this line on graph. You will be find that the graph is going in this direction. So it decides whether the graph will be positive, whether the graph will be positive or negative, a decides. So this is all about your first, your chapter introduction to polynomial. I hope this video will help you a lot, champion. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed.